Some thoughts on Brady being recognized for 2 straight years as a MOP of the West and top Canadian. That doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate. I think it's good. I think Brady's shown that he's been consistently excellent.
How much of a snub do you feel that you weren't Coach of the Year in the West? Got you to laugh.
Yeah, you got me to laugh with that one.
What's the value of this week? How do you use it?
Yeah, get the guys back focused. Take care of some plays that are, you don't get to practice enough. Make sure we're on top of both possible opponents.
Right.
Make sure we got the work done for both possible opponents, so we're ahead of it when that final whistle blows on Saturday.
And then you got to hone in, of course, on the real opponent. How do you compare the two potential opponents? Is it almost like comparing for the same, or no? Is it a very different beast?
Yeah, I think they're going to have, their different nuances, different systems. I think the preparation, the way we prepare stays the same.
Yeah.
What shows up on film or what shows up on the diagrams are just some different plays and some different ideas, concepts, but the way we prepare for either opponent stays exactly the same.
As thrilling as that last game was to get you to this point, I assume there was quite a bit there to work on too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what were the kind of, if you can distill it down to a handful of things that you really need to see be better?
Yeah, I think there were certain plays at times where we lacked a little focus, and we could have had better outcomes with those plays. But I think in every game there's going to be plays that you'd like to do better. You just don't want it to be on the biggest stage. You don't want it to be a lack of focus.
Right. Yeah. How concerned are you then that there was maybe a lack of focus on some plays?
Yeah, like I said, it was only a few plays.
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned. We concern ourselves more with how do we ensure it gets done better.
And I assume focus is the least of your concerns from here on forward, or do you need to somehow remind?
No, the guys understand what it's going to take. Now's the time of year. If you still can muster up some more, and I don't know that they can, but if they can muster up some more, some intensity of focus, I think it's important, right? Yeah. They have to find a little more to give for sure.
Yeah.
The situations that you worked on today, is there more uptake of them because you just went through a wacky finish in Montreal, or was it a little more importance from the coaching staff in imparting them because of what the game end situation in Montreal?
We work on situations from training camp on, right? And we'll go back and repeat certain situations. We'll pull new situations as they come up throughout the league. We're always scouring the other games and either other leagues for potential situational play that you can implement, that you can remind your guys of and go through. So I don't think there was anything more or less than the usual that we would do at this time of year.
I've always wondered, because they come up so rarely, but when they do, they're very important. The final play of the Grey Cup last year was a play probably a lot of guys had never participated in, but they're so important. Do players get that when you're teaching it to them?
Yep, they do, and they get the idea that they're not going to be able to practice. They're not going to be able to put half an hour into it, right? It's not. We have a limited time frame in a day, so they have to take in the information quickly in the meeting and put it out there on the field and understand and lock it in and understand that they may not get 15 more reps at it. Right?
Yeah. Willie Jefferson is a Division All-Star for the 7th straight season. Can you just describe what it's like working with Willie Jefferson?
Yeah, he's first and foremost, he's a great teammate and a great leader. you know, and then you add in his playmaking ability. You know, I think the least of everything is just his physical stature, because there's so much more to him than just being a tall, athletic guy, right? And he is that for sure. But I just like I like his care for his teammates, and his you know, his desire for team success. I think is pretty cool. And then he's really good, and he's really got a knack for making big plays.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, Ed.
Good. On Saturdays, the Saturday game between BC and Saskatchewan, do you ever watch a CFL game where you're not like taking notes? Can you ever watch a game and just have a beer and enjoy it, or will you watch this one?
No, you take notes. I think you can try, like I've tried to sit down and watch a game and just watch it for fun. Invariably something comes up that piques your interest, that you say, oh, okay, I'm going to add this down. We're going to make sure we look at this or cover this, or this was a neat play, or even something that individual players do, you may take a note. So yeah, you'd like to at times, but I don't think it ever works that way.
Zach was telling us yesterday that he doesn't even watch the TV tape. He always watches it all 24. How do you watch both? Or?
Yeah, I start usually with the TV tape. If I'm not around, I PVR it, then I'll try and zip through it. It's probably faster if you do it that way, because I like the clock. I like the decision making with the clock on screen, so you can see how things are progressing, see how officials operate, see all sorts of things. If you don't have the clock reference there, I find I'm losing a piece of the information that I need. Now, it'd be different for a player, for sure.
Just one more from me. We were just talking to Brady, and he said that, there's a bit of a chill in the air. What's your vibe that it's playoff time now? What are the signs for you?
World Series is over? No, it's it's maybe a little bit of the weather. I think it's the crispness of what everybody's doing. There's just this purpose